Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. Alright, in this video, I want to quickly firmware update this iPolo V1 Mini because I've actually been having an issue. I did a video recently of firmware updating this guy, and it was apparently giving me some errors as well. So I've been mining this thing to Ethermine, but it hasn't really been showing up on the stats on Ethermine. So I want to show you guys that in this video, and I'm just going to go through the process of how I got that firmware. It's pretty easy and all that good stuff. So guys, before we begin, this video is sponsored by Octominer. As you guys are watching right now, their minimum order quantity of 1 is happening right now today up until July 8th. Link down below if you guys want to see the information more here. But if you're in USA and Canada and you decide to purchase one, you will receive the black version of Miner Dude's Octominer server case here. And then if you are international outside of USA and Canada, you will then receive the silver Octominer case if you decide to purchase one. So guys, link down below. All right guys, so I want to tell you the story basically of, I got this iPolo V1 Mini just recently, right? The gold one. And it's pretty nice, it's pretty cool. But I tried to firmware update this guy by going to their iPolo.com website here, and there was a firmware download option called V-Series firmware, right, for the V1 Mini specifically. And so I downloaded this V1 firmware, but when I click on it, it will save it as a version 4755 firmware, which I've already done. And if actually we just cancel this, go back to the web GUI. So this is the web GUI of the V1 Mini. All right, and you can see the firmware I have here is 47.55. And this is actually the wrong version that this guy needs, because it is showing 309 mega hash here. But on the pool, on Ethermine, it's showing 155, which is half of it. And also the valid shares here is also, I would say, half of as well. I'm supposed to see 300 here and maybe 250, 260 valid shares at least. And so there's an issue with this. So I am wanting to firmware upgrade this guy to the actual firmware version that I'm supposed to need. And so I have already gone ahead. I actually went and talked to iPolo themselves, and they sent me a new firmware version, 49 point, you know what, actually hold on, let's just go to firmware upgrade, and then we're gonna flash the image. Okay, so I already have it downloaded. I'll show you right here, 49.61. all right, that is not on their website, so we have to right click it. I'm gonna extract it, and 49.61, we're gonna double click on that, and we need to install the firmware version right here, firmware.bin. all right, so this will hopefully we're going to upload it, and just here we go. It's going to start doing it. I want to keep the exact settings and hit continue. And yeah, so that's how you firmware update this thing. So I'm going to let this go, but just explaining, you know, right, I had issues. It didn't even show up correctly on the mining pool. It says default here. Like my Jazz miner shows up fine, my Loyaltech 200 shows up fine, but the V1 Mini is not. Belay Mining, I just want to let you guys know, they sent me this ETH miner for review. There's no terms or anything for me to explain, you know, anything about it. I could do whatever I want. And in that video that I did, like literally last week, I was mentioning all the risks in buying these. You guys should definitely go watch that video. But right now, they're actually having a sale on the V1 Mini Classic, which again, the risk is that these only have, I think, available 3.6 gigabytes. All right, so mining that is up until, I think, another 2 years or a year and a half or something. And then for Ethereum Classic, all right, for the Mini Classic, it doesn't mine Ethereum, it mines Ethereum Classic, all right? Just letting you guys know, it's about $581 for their Independence Day sale, which July 4th, that's pretty cheap. It's getting, the prices are coming down even more now. Then they have the V1 Mini, and looks like they have a buy one, get one free. It looks like you get the ETC, the V1 Mini Classic as well for $27.99. Wow, that's the prices are definitely coming down. If you guys have been watching my videos the past couple of weeks, the prices have been coming down. This video is not sponsored by them. I'm just showing you guys this. And so the V1 Mini ETH miner that I have here is 6 gigabytes. All right, just explaining again what I reiterated in the video just recently, is that this gold one has 6 gigabytes, and so it can mine Ethereum up until I think 2024, but we all know Ethereum is pushing to move to proof of stake. All right, so the merge, and so when that happens, obviously, then this will not be able to mine Ethereum anymore. But with the 6 gigabytes of VRAM, it can mine Ethereum Classic up until, I think, 2031 or something. So it's like a long ways away. And obviously, the efficiency of these things are pretty nice, right? It's pretty good, which I've definitely explained before in previous videos. But anyways, guys, I want to see if this looks like it's still going. Please wait a few minutes until you try to reconnect. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go. But just explaining the efficiency of this, it's 300 mega hash plus or minus 10%. And so I was able to get about 246 watts at 115 volts. All right, so greatest thing about these, you can run them on 110 volt, which is pretty easy. Okay, the memory on iPolo says memory available is 5.8 gigabytes. So that's good on them to show that. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna let this go. Oh, no, it's already in. Perfect. Okay, so there you go. Looks like the web GUI reset itself. Okay, the website. Now I'm gonna type in the password. I believe it's root and root. And there we go. Okay, so we're gonna switch this to English. And at the top right, you guys may not see that. And then you can see here, firmware now. We are on 49.61. All right, so that is perfect. So looks like it did not retain my Ethereum pool and user stuff here. So we're gonna have to put that in, and we're gonna see if it shows up on Ethermine. One quick thing, it looks like, oh, now it says the coin configuration. You can select the coin here now, ETH and ETC. Okay, that's great. I did not have that before, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign that this is gonna work much better. Be right back.
The Meter Box. A familiar product to this channel is back with a new lid that finally offers a solution for home miners using a standard 125-volt outlet to measure their power usage in real time. It's available now on their website. Use the link in the description for a discount off your next order. Because of the new lid, they're now running their biggest giveaway yet for the entire month of July, giving away over $7,000 worth of prizes like an iPolo V1 Mini Classic Plus, a 3600-watt X12 Octo miner, tons of meter boxes, limited edition NFTs, and a bunch of stuff from GPUrisers.com. Check out their new meter box and enter this amazing giveaway, no purchase necessary. You may also purchase items for additional entries and even better chances to win. The meter box contest is worldwide, extending through the entire month and ending on July 31st. Winners will be announced publicly on August 5th.
All right, so I tried to see if it would change anything on Ethermine, mining Ethereum on this iPolo, and it did not change the name here, okay? And the hash rate that it was reporting, actually reported 0, but the current hash rate wasn't going above 120 mega hash. And the valid shares that was reporting on Ethermine was 99, which was not good. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna try ETC to see if Ethermine, the us1-etc.ethermine.org will work for mining ETC, because ETH didn't seem to work on Ethermine, okay? And I wanna try another pool after this. So version 49.61, I'm having that issue with Ethereum. Now I tried ETC here, and just to show you guys the hash rate, it shows 293 mega hash here. And if we go to the Ethermine, I am now seeing it on the Ethereum Classic pool now. That works right here, okay? iPolo V1 Mini. Another thing to note is that all these other iPolos I have doesn't show the reported hash rate, but it shows the current hash rate. Okay, so this is like the 130 mega hash model, 130 mega hash. This is the 280 mega hash iPolo Mini Plus. This is a 3.6 gigabyte model, and then this is the 6 gigabyte V1 Mini. It says 271 according to the current hash rate. Obviously, I just started like maybe 2 hours ago, so it should hopefully go up to 300 here. All right, it says 293 in the web GUI here, and yeah, 237 valid shares. All right, with 96%. We got 4% stale here, and according to the web GUI, it does show, I guess, stale or rejected or something like that. So it looks like it is working on ETC, no problem on Ethermine, but it does not work, okay, on Ethermine.org for Ethereum. So what I want to try now is I want to try another pool, a mining pool. So let me go ahead and try. Let's just say let's just try Nanopool for the heck of it, Nanopool, and I'm gonna see if it shows up on the web GUI and on Nanopool's website. All right, and I did look at the iPolo's support, like looking at how they configure the V1 Mini. They do have a instruction and setting here for the V1 Mini, and it shows here that they're using Poolin V1 as their website. And the worker here, it just says iPolo Mini. So I don't know if it's an issue or something with it needing to be going through a worker that's created on the website, because I know that Poolin, you can create an account on Poolin and then you point it to the worker name. It's not, we're not pointing it to like an address that we're doing it on Ethereum on Ethermine, and as well as I'm putting it on an address to Ethermine ETC, which works on ETC. So anyways, guys, let me go ahead. I'm going to try Nanopool. We'll be right back. All right, we are mining to Nanopool, and it's not working either. It's not working on Nanopool. It seems on ETH, okay? Not ETC. ETC seemed to be fine, like I said before, I just showed you guys. But ETH is not working on Nanopool. We're getting the same, like, 16 mega hash number here. The similar what we got on Ethermine. Okay, very similar as to what we were getting before, except reported hash rate didn't show anything here. But the funny thing on ETC on Ethermine, the report's 16.7 on all of the iPolos, right? All the different models I have here, including the V1 Mini, right? But now we go to Nanopool, it's showing 16.6, but then it says 85 mega hash. Now, funny thing though, okay, so it's been about an hour, okay, since I've been testing it on Nanopool, and it did show up first at 119 mega hash, then 255 mega hash on the calculated, and then later on, another 10 minutes later, it started going down, 204 mega hash, and then 153 mega hash, and now it shows 85 mega hash. Okay, so I'm just going to refresh this here. Now it says 153. Okay, so it looks like it is kind of going up, but it's not at the calculated 300 around there, what it's supposed to be. According to iPolo, right, it shows 340 mega hash here. So I don't know if that is correct. Like I said, I had issues of it showing as default on Ethermine as 120 mega hash, and you know that didn't work, right? On Ethermine on ETC, it does show current hash rate 271, so that was good. That's all well and good for ETC, but for ETH mining, it doesn't seem to work on Ethermine or Nanopool. You guys can let me know. You guys can let me know if any of you guys are having issues. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm not quite sure. But I am wondering if it's going to work now if I use it on Poolin, according to what they have here on their how-to. So, you know what? I'm going to try it on Poolin. I will be right back. Real time right now shows 277, so this fluctuates quite a bit here. But as you guys can see, it's reporting just fine on Poolin. So I am not quite sure if there's some kind of difficulty setting or coding issue, or how Poolin receives the shares from this iPolo V1 Mini versus Ethermine and Nanopool, how those two pools would not report the correct valid shares, right? I had this one on Ethermine for more than a day, and it just wasn't reporting the right valid shares, and the name was default even though I put a name there. And then on Nanopool it did report the correct name, which was great, but the hash rate was not correct, and the reported obviously was not correct as well. So something wrong with these two pools, or maybe there's something wrong with the iPolo in terms of reporting. But it does work on Poolin for some reason, which is interesting. And I did get a payout. Okay, there is a payout here of 0.0039. And I went to what to mine just to see, you know, I put in 300 mega hash, 246 watts, that's what I was getting at the wall, calculate, and we're supposed to get roughly about 0.0046 Ethereum a day, and it shows I got 0.0039. So I think that's due to the difficulty bomb delay still averaging out. There is a lot of people moving towards Ethereum, but maybe it could be as well the pool wasn't as lucky per se, so maybe they didn't get as many blocks as Ethermine, for instance, or Nanopool, or any other pool, because luck does play a huge role. But generally, everything is supposed to even out at 100%, especially if you're pool mining as well. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to report on this, the issue I'm having with the iPolo V1 Mini. Even though I did the firmware update, the issue for me was just not able to mine on Ethermine, even though I do mine on Ethermine full time. And on Nanopool, it didn't seem to work either. But we confirmed that on Poolin, it does seem to work here in terms of reporting and the payouts and all that stuff. So I don't know what to say. I'm sure maybe iPolo will come out with a new fix for the V series firmware, I'm sure. And yeah, I had to get the firmware from talking to their support. So maybe they're probably still working on this, but I'm most likely going to put this towards ETC and yeah, call it a day, because we did confirm that it does work on mining ETC. Even the reported hash rate though is not correct, but the current and valid shares does seem to be correct here. All right, my friends, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one and peace out.